Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back again with some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news and updates here on the channel, guys. We have a big update on the official reveal for the Nintendo Switch version of this game. We knew it was coming, right? I'm so excited that it's actually coming to the Switch, and not only the Switch 1, but also Switch 2. Not a big surprise to me. I saw some people surprised that the Switch is getting it. I definitely thought it was possible, but the fact that they actually did it is kind of crazy. Like, how is your Switch not gonna blow up? Like, it's guaranteed. Like, they gotta put a warning on the Switch that says your console will explode. But before we proceed any further, I want to thank today's sponsor. Marvel Strikeforce is a free mobile squad RPG where you can battle with your favorite heroes or villains. The objective is to power up your characters to complete missions, unlock gear, and other resources in order to beat other players in PvP modes. Let's talk characters. You'll get heroes and villains from across the multiverse like Spider-Man, the Hulk, and many more. From there, you'll be able to power up characters to take on game modes like Campaigns, Arena, and Blitz. For new players, you can unlock up to 17 total characters within the first 30 days, including Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, and many more. For game modes, there will always be new ways to battle with your roster that are released regularly, and the meta is constantly evolving. Along with these campaigns, Blitz and Arena, and Alliance Ward, which is a huge weekly alliance battle. You can do raids and Cosmic Crucible, where you'll be able to fight against other players in a tournament. In addition to all this, you can get the latest legendary character, Quasar, for free. Quasar is the first legendary character required to complete the Age of Annihilus, so you'll need to unlock him through completing the Harbinger event and complete objectives to earn Quasar character shards. Want to join forces with friends? Try out Alliance Wars, where players can team up to complete raids and earn rewards. Team synergy is a vital part of the Marvel Strikeforce game, elevating the overall effectiveness of your squad. Characters often possess unique abilities that boost their teammates, especially those from the same faction, like the Avengers or X-Men. This intricate layer of synergy and team composition introduces a level of strategic depth that keeps gameplay dynamic and engaging. Assembling a well-balanced team where each character's strengths amplify those of their allies is key to mastering Marvel Strikeforce and including its full tactical potential. Want free characters? Well, to celebrate for Marvel Studios' new Fantastic Four First Steps, Marvel Strikeforce is giving away the full Fantastic Four team for free. For a limited time, use the promo code MSF4 to unlock Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Thing, and the Human Torch. This team will help you climb out of the early game and set you up for success in PvP modes like the Arena and Alliance War. If all this sounds exciting, use my link in the description or scan my QR code to download the game for free on both mobile or PC. Again, big massive thank you and shoutouts to Marvel Strikeforce for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get into the official Sparking Zero Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 announcement trailer. This kind of goes over everything, shows you guys actual in-game gameplay of how the models and like the graphics look. It doesn't look horrible. This is pretty much how every single Switch game looks, with the exception of maybe Kakarot. Kakarot definitely looks a little bit better. But at the same time, like, you can see, like, it even lags right there, dog. Like, and yeah, I don't know if this is on Switch 1 specifically or Switch 2 that this footage is being recorded. It says the screen images are simulated, so. Some of the, you know, close-ups look pretty good, but some of it looks pretty rough. Like, you can see the pixels, right? Again, this is on hardware that was just not optimized at the time for this game. They finally, I guess, optimized it, but they had to, you know, downscale everything to work. Obviously, the cutscenes will look fine. I don't think that should be too much of a problem. I mean, at least for like the pre-rendered ones, but
stronger and stronger, don't you think?
Assemble new warriors.
Beyond my normal limits.
Just the fact that it's portable is like, it's a huge selling point. I mean, at least for me. So this is dropping November 14th. So, like I said before, in some of the leak videos that we covered, my prediction was going to be at the end of the year or potentially next year, early next year. And lo and behold, it is end of this year. That's how they usually do it, right? They got all the different editions, which is all the same shit.
We will be releasing an update for the
Look at
Nintendo
this.
Switch version of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to allow you to play an enhanced version on the Nintendo Switch 2 console.
The update is available for
By
both
connecting
physical and
your
digital
Nintendo
versions.
Switch 2
Okay, so
console
it's
to
just
the
going to be like a
internet
free
and
update type of
downloading
thing
the
to
update.
get...
Characters
Okay,
and
that's a big
backgrounds will
improvement.
appear
Can you
with
guys see that?
to the internet and downloading the update.
Look at the background,
By
dog.
connecting your Nintendo Switch 2 console to the internet and downloading the update. Characters
That's a
and
huge
backgrounds will appear
improvement.
with improved clarity and richer detail.
Like, this looks like the game normally. The Switch 2
As a
actually
point of
looks like
caution when applying the update,
the normal game. Like, look at the Switch 1 version real quick. I gotta show y'all that
Your
again.
Nintendo
Look at that. It doesn't look horrible at all.
Switch
It
2
actually
console
looks,
to the internet and
dare I
downloading the
say,
update.
more
Characters and backgrounds
acceptable
will appear
for
with
a
improved
Dragon Ball
clarity
game.
and
Like, the
richer detail.
realistic backgrounds, like, this look pretty
As a point of
realistic,
caution
okay?
when applying the
Like, the
update,
maps in Sparking
some
Zero,
save data from when
it's
the
kind of
Nintendo Switch version
jarring.
of the
It looks
software
cool,
was
though.
played
Don't
on
get me
the
wrong.
Nintendo Switch console can be carried over.
Okay, so you can
Battle replay data,
transfer everything, but you
edited,
cannot
created
transfer
custom
battle
battles,
replays,
and
custom
online
battle
battle
edits,
records
or
cannot
online battle
carry over.
record, which makes sense, right? So just like any other Switch game, you just upgrade it
After
and
applying
you
the update
transfer
on a
everything,
Nintendo
right?
Switch 2 console, then returning to
Now,
play
is it a
the Nintendo
game
Switch
key
version
card
of
for the Switch
software
2
on the
version?
original
That's the question
Nintendo
I'm trying to-
Switch console. Some data can
So
be carried
that's what I'm
over,
trying to figure
while
out.
Others cannot. If you play the Nintendo Switch version of the software on the Nintendo Switch 2 console with the update applied, you will be able to battle online or offline with users who are either playing the Nintendo Switch version of the software with the same update applied, or the Nintendo Switch 2 version of the software.
Okay.
However, please note that you will not be able to battle online or offline with users who are playing the Nintendo Switch version of the software on the Nintendo Switch console.
Okay, so you just cannot play with people who are playing specifically on the
This
first
concludes the
Switch
explanation of
console
the update
specifically.
For the Nintendo
But if
Switch
they have the
version.
Switch 1 version on the Switch 2 console, it will work. That makes sense. That probably doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, honestly, this doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, it's not horrible. So another cool selling point is the fact that you can use motion controls. Okay, they updated this on the site, and we'll go over all the other extra information. There's a lot of stuff we got to break down today. So unleash the Kamehameha with motion controls of the Joy-Con. Embody over 180 characters from Sparking Zero or just Dragon Ball, and unleash special moves or energy blasts with the Joy-Con controls. Now, if you guys recall, the Wii was the last time we had a Tenkaichi game on a Nintendo console, if I recall correctly. I know for a fact Raging Blast wasn't on it, and that was considered a Tenkaichi type of game, right? This is such a dopamine nostalgia effect right here, right? This is awesome, man. We used to be able to do this all the time, and I did play the Wii version of both Tenkaichi 2 and Tenkaichi 3, and I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it, right? Obviously, the consoles of, like, you know, PS2 or whatever was, like, the better choice, but you know, the fact that they're adding this in, like the Switch version of Xenoverse 2 had the same thing, but the other games didn't, if I recall correctly. I don't recall if Jump Force had motion controls, but like they're implementing a special, like actual, like extra effort to give you guys motion controls for certain moves. So if you want to do the Spirit Bomb or a Kamehameha, it'll be the same thing like you did in the Wii, which is going to be pretty cool. Just having that as an option, right? So I do like having that. Okay, with the addition of all the different additions, right? Everything's pretty much the same from what I'm seeing. I don't see anything like, you know, special about. I guess they have the Sound Ultimate Edition, but I don't even know if that's available for people outside of Japan. But let's move on to the modes. Now, this is interesting, okay? So again, the motion controls, use the Joy-Cons, motion sensors to unleash special moves that make the most out of your character's unique style. You can also unleash rush attacks and energy blasts with the movements of your Joy-Con. Now, that's going to be kind of weird doing that, like combos, like you're just actually punching and shit. I cannot wait to try this out. We'll do a full video just going over everything. When this drops, I'll look like an idiot. It's going to be great. Become a Dragon Ball character. Enjoy even more powerful battles. Now, it's also cool because it's like with all 180 characters, you know, obviously the controls are going to be all pretty much the same, but like, how's it going to work? If like I'm doing Destructo Disc, do I only put up one, you know, arm? Or are they just going to be like, who gives a fuck? Just go like this for every character. Or are they going to make it unique? I don't know. We'll see. So, local battles, specifically for Switch 2. Bring your Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch and play against friends via local communication. Enjoy Dragon Ball battles with everyone. Crossplay, including local online battles, is not possible between Switch 2 software and Switch software. Matching will be different if you apply an update when launching a Nintendo Switch software on a Nintendo Switch 2. Please see here for details, okay? So how's all that work? Okay, compatible hardware. Nintendo Switch 2. Crossplay is not possible between... Didn't it just say that it was possible, though? I thought it was... Okay, unless I'm confused. I guess I got confused by it. But it seemed like what they said was that if you have the Switch 1 game that you're playing on the Switch 2, you can do that. You just can't play specifically... Like, you can't connect to somebody who's... If you have a Switch 2, you can't connect to somebody who's on a Switch 1. Is that what they were saying? I don't fucking know. Whatever. But regardless, I mean, if you're going to get this game, you want to get it on the Switch 2. I totally get if you're getting it on Switch 1 because, you know, Switch 2 is expensive and, you know, maybe you're not going to buy that, right? So it's just nice to have the option, but, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Even with... Okay, so this is weird. What is this, like a 6-player mode or something like that? Even with one Nintendo Switch 2 or Switch 1, you can share Joy-Cons to play one-on-one split-screen battles. What's more, if you bring your own controllers, you can enjoy split-screen with up to 6 people. You can also play in irregular matches with various numbers of play. That's so fucking weird. Each player will take charge of one of the up to 6 characters in one-on-one battle. Okay, so I guess it's just switching, like you switch out. I mean, that's pretty cool. I really like this. That's a cool idea. The fact that they got that working. Like, you can't do 3v3 as far as I'm concerned. Like, you just can't do that with, like, other players. So, like, say you have a group of friends. Like, this is, like, the ultimate, you know, party experience with friends. Like, bring this shit. Tell them to bring some extra controllers. Each person bring a controller. And, like, you could be with your buddies and fight, you know, some other people. Like, that's kind of cool. And you would tag out, right? It's a tag out system. So that would actually, that's awesome, dude. That's really, really cool. That with the addition of the motion controls. I mean, Switch 1 version, for it being downgraded, it did get some things that are benefiting it, right? That's really fucking cool, man. Is there anything else on here? Okay, that was pretty much it. So it's mainly just the sharing battles and motion controls that's like the new additions, right? Okay, here we go. Specs. Important stuff here, right? So, what do we need to know about it? Again, it's coming out November 13th/14th, depending on time zones where you live. Nintendo Switch 2 screen resolution is... Okay, so it's maxing out at 1080p. Okay, I guess to be expected. Varies depending on dynamic resolution. I don't care about 3D resolution. Portable mode is also 1080p. 4K, no. HDR, yes. It's okay. So it is. Even the Switch 2 version is capping at 30. So that does suck. But I mean, Switch 2, it's not. It's much more powerful than the Switch 1, and it looks much better. But I would have preferred if. Honestly, it could look like the Switch 1 version. Like with the backgrounds looking like really, really bare bones and rough. If they could get it to 60 FPS. This is just me, and you could disagree. But frame rate is more important to me than actual graphics, right? The experience, the smoothness of how a game plays is so much better when you're playing in 60 FPS, at least for these modern games. The 30 FPS is going to be... Ugh. But you know what the interesting thing is? Actual animations and things, for whatever reason, look... I mean, this is just from me visually from what I've seen. It looks better when you play in 30. I know that's weird to say. Like, don't get me wrong, the game looks phenomenal in 60. Okay, it's amazing. But, like, when it comes to, like, the actual animations for attacks, it looks much better in 30. And I don't know if that's... Like, this is... Right now, what you're going to be getting from this, if you play the Switch 1 version, that's, like, all the people that were like, oh... I want it to be exactly like Tenkaichi. Well, that's it. You're getting 30 frames in gameplay. You're getting lower resolution. You're truly getting the Tenkaichi experience. So all them people that were bitching about the game being shit, oh, it's not the same. Here you go. Get the Switch 1 version, and it's going to be up your ass at that point. Online features, 1 to 2 player play. The World Tournament, 8 players. Switch Online paid subscription, of course. Local communication, okay, that's that 6-player thing. It's about 20 gigs. Okay, I think, wasn't that how much it was for just like the game normally? So yeah, it's still a pretty big game if you're going to download it. Save data transfer. It said that you can transfer from the Switch 1 to Switch 2, but I don't know how that works with Switch 2 to Switch 1, or I don't know, whatever. So like, for example, if I buy the Switch 2 version, okay, specifically, which I think that they're making, like, I know it's a free update if you have the Switch 1. So like, if I wanted to play it on my Switch, that wouldn't work, right? You wouldn't, if I got a physical version of the Switch 2 game, you cannot play that on the Switch 1, right? I haven't tested that. I guess the smart thing to do is get the Switch 1 version and then just get the free update. I know the game keycard thing is stupid, but at least you'll be able to play it on your Switch 1. You know what I mean? And also play it on your Switch 2 if you want to, right? So like, I'd rather be able to have 2 different consoles I can play it on than only one of them. If that's how it worked. You guys can let me know if that's what they were talking about. I don't know. Okay. So let's talk about Switch 1. Let's see how much of a difference from what I'm just recalling. Okay. So this is also 1080p. The 3D resolution is lower, and handheld resolution is lower. Okay. So you're still maxing out at 1080p on dock, but the handheld goes down to 720p. Makes sense, because all the other games do that for specifically Dragon Ball. There's no 4K, and there is no HDR. Makes sense. Now, this one's interesting. So you'll have 30 FPS, okay, normally, which is the same, but 20 FPS in some... 24, sorry. In some menus. Oh, that's funny. I get that, because some of the menus are... Like, when you play on PC, some of the menus lag like a bitch, right? It happens. Okay, everything else looks to be the same. Oh, okay, so the game is smaller. Makes sense, right? It doesn't have the graphics aren't as crazy. Oh, that's before an update. After the update, it's normal size. Okay. Playable on Nintendo Switch 2 console via backward compatibility. The improved graphics quality can only be achieved by running the Nintendo Switch version of the software on a Switch 2 and applying the update. That's so weird. It's backwards compatible on the console that just sounds weird to me. Backwards compatible on the console that came after, right? What the fuck is happening, bro? My brain, my peanut brain cannot comprehend this shit. No, I get what they're saying, but it just sounds weird. Okay, so that's everything on there. Oh, here we go. We can actually see a comparison between all of them. So this is Switch 2. It doesn't look that bad. You can definitely see the lower resolution and everything on the background, but the detail isn't too bad. Now look at this. The Switch 1 version. Colors are a little bit different. The backgrounds are looking like they're from like a PS3 game. That shit's pretty barren. And the PS5 version has like incredible detail, right? And then the PC version is the best looking version. So here's Vegeta. That looks pretty good on the Switch 2, honestly. Switch 1 looking really bad. I say really bad. That's an over-exaggeration. The Switch 1 version does not look that bad. It really doesn't. The fact that you could even play it on here is a fucking miracle, right? Like, how did they do that? And then, of course, the PS5 and Steam versions. Steam version has all this extra shit going on for it. It's like, oh, we got the motion blur and the fucking glare and everything. This one is the funniest one, dude. So, the Switch 2 version looks great. on the city map, this looks exactly like the PS5 version. It's just the resolution is a little bit lower. Now, this shit is funny, dude. The Switch 1 version is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Okay, so it's not that funny. It's just funny to me how it's like a different the map is like it's like they made a completely different map. It looks so different. Like, look at this. And it really does not look that bad. This honestly fits how the models and everything else looks. Like I said, it's kind of jarring to see these like super realistic backgrounds. And the characters are like, you know, anime, like very, very cartoony looking. You know what I mean? They look great, but it's like, you know, it's not like super detailed, like where it's like realistic. Like this isn't like Jump Force. Like it doesn't have realistic textures. There's cell shaded anime characters on these realistic stages. But you go to this, and that looks honestly like a Dragon Ball game. Like it looks like Xenoverse 2 in a way, which that's not a compliment. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot less realistic. But, like, me, if I'm playing this on Switch, I have zero problem with this. This looks good to me. Like, it looks fine, right? I saw people bitching. They're like, oh, my God, like, they can do better. They can do better. Like, dude, they can do better on the Switch 1. How did they even get in this on the Switch 1? Like, the Switch 2 looks fine. But I would have liked, and I know they're not going to do this, and I don't know if this is, I mean, this should be possible. But again, I would have liked if they just had this version. Like, you have an option. You can have enhanced or, I guess, less power or whatever, less enhanced. I guess that wouldn't make sense. Okay, basically, give me the option. Like, you know how Dragon Ball Legends, they have this option where you can do the enhanced graphics mode or the power saver mode or some shit. And one of them maxes out the frame rate at 30 and the other one maxes it out at 60. Okay. So like they can do this. This is fine. And have this maxed out at 30. But like, I think it would have been possible. I definitely think it would have been possible for the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 can run games in 60 FPS. Look at Donkey Kong. Like that's an incredible looking game. Okay. So they have everything lowered for the Switch 1. But you play it on the Switch 2, like this version specifically, but have it in 60 FPS. I would play this shit any day over this. The realistic backgrounds and shit does not do a damn thing for me, right? Sure, it's nice, but I could care less for that as long as it runs in a better frame rate. That's just me, though. You know, maybe you guys want it to look a little bit more realistic in the background, but yeah, 30. That's the only thing that's kind of like, damn it, why'd you do this to me? So, I believe there is specifically a Switch 2 version, but I don't know how to find it. Let me see here. Product. Maybe it's here. Regular version. Ah, okay. So, yeah, they do have two different specific, like, actual physical copies. I thought what they were going to do is force you to get the regular one. Like, they were only going to sell this one and then digital game key card bullshit, right? Which this is still probably a game key card because even though you get a physical copy, the game key card thing is dumb. I don't know, man. But yeah, I guess for me, if I have to understand it, because you guys, let me know down in the comments how this works, okay? Like, if I want to play, be able to play on both consoles. So I'm assuming I would have to get the Switch 1 version and then just do the free update anytime I want to, like, free update, and then I can play it anytime on my Switch 2, but it would be, in a sense, digital. Because my other games, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Xenoverse 2, actually not Xenoverse 2, but the ones that had the free upgrade, or like you pay for it, like for like $10 or whatever, you still use the Switch 1 physical cartridge, right? So I guess that's how it goes. So, interesting, it actually is $10 cheaper. The base game is $70 on every other version. So they made it cheaper, I mean, for good reason. The game's a year old. It's going to be over a year old when this releases. And it looks like shit. I'm just joking. It doesn't look like shit, but it looks worse, right? It definitely looks worse. But you're getting additional stuff like the motion controls, okay? And then that 6-player shit, which is really cool for like a party game. Like, I'm definitely going to be using that because anytime I do play the game, like if we're doing like multiplayer and shit, it's like with homies. So like that's the coolest part. Everything is the same. It's just $10 cheaper. So if you're gonna get this, obviously you would get the Ultimate Edition because it comes with all the DLC. Yeah, and then they have this dumbass campaign, whatever. If you win this, awesome. It's some Twitter bullshit. But yeah, other than that, yeah, so I'm excited. Sparking Zero on Switch. I've been waiting for this. You guys know I've been waiting for this. You don't know how badly I've been wanting to play this on a portable system. Not that fucking PS Portal. It's better on the PS Portal now because the PS Portal finally got like updates. But like, I want to be able to play Sparking Zero when I'm in the car or like when I'm taking a shit in Walmart or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to play this literally anywhere without needing to connect to the internet. Okay? All right, guys. That's going to be it. Let me know what you think about this. If you're excited for Sparking Zero on Switch, are you getting it on Switch? I think this is going to open the door for a lot more players, right? Because a lot of people have a Switch. I would say more people have a Switch 1 probably than a PS5 or Xbox, right? I mean, it's just a fact. Because the Switch 1 is like the most selling console, I think, like out of all the consoles. So yeah, definitely really good. And this might lead the door open to more DLC. Because the trends have shown it. Anytime a new Dragon Ball game comes out, 1 year later they do it on Switch, and then shortly after they usually announce, oh, next season of DLC. But we'll see. All right, peace out. Have a great day.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.